Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today will be a very technical review and it's mostly testing and comparison of 3 different magnetic switches inside this MADE68 mechanical keyboard, right? So today I have TTC King of Magnetic Switch, I have a GATERON Jade keyboard switch, and I have a Kailh Hornet magnetic switch. The Hornet one is coming together with this keyboard, right? And I did initial review of this keyboard, so you can check this video on my channel, right? GATERON is also compatible with this keyboard, so that's why I'm gonna to test this, right? And this King switch, the guys from TTC have sent me for testing and review, because this is the most newest magnetic switch, right? And this switch can, you can use whenever you can use a GATERON one. So that's why I decided to test all 3 of these switches together with this keyboard. Let's go and do the initial quick overview of the switch itself, right? Let's start from the TTC King of Magnetic Switch. The price is $70 per 70 pieces, so basically $1 per piece, with the dust-proof buttons, right? And it's very interesting structure with different materials and different parts inside the stem. We have transparent integrated light guide column, right? And one important difference from this switch, or between this switch and these switches, that's the length of the spring is 21 millimeters rather than 14 millimeters for GATERON and Kailh. Second switch is GATERON, and price for GATERON is about $60 per 70 pieces, right? And we all know this GATERON like a lot. And the Kailh Hornet magnetic switch, I don't have much information about it, because I think you cannot purchase separately, it's only coming together with this keyboard, right? But also we have this RGB diffuser, and all the switches are linear, pre-looped, right? Technical parameters of the total travel and all of that you will see on your screen, so you can pause and compare them, right? I will not spend much time. Now let me explain how I'm going to test these switches and how I'm going to test this keyboard. So you ask a lot of, many times, what is the delay between pressing the key and seeing a reaction of the screen. So I'm going to show you today how to test this, right? But also I'm going to show you how to see the difference, if it's any difference, between these 3 magnetic switches inside this keyboard. Let's go. So now will be a little bit complicated, so just bear with me, right? So how I did, what is my approach how to test this different switches inside the keyboard. So I decided to record on a 60 frame per second keyboard with the switch itself, and also I did a recording of the desktop picture of the same 60 frame per second. Then I did synchronization between the streams, and now I want to show you basically delay between you start the press of the key, right? You see on the screen this first 3 frames is a press, and then another 3 frame basically is, you can see on the screen, this is application from MailGeek as a driver. It's driver registering all presses from the keyboard. So you see that duration between press and reaction is 6 frames, right? And then we have another 4 frames for backward reaction when you unpress the key. And this is for Hornet, right, which is coming together with this keyboard. What about King switch, right? We have the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames to register the press, and another 5 to register unpress, right? And same with GATERON, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to register the press, and another 5 to register unpress, right? So basically I may say that all the 3 switches are the same fast with reaction to the press, which is 6 frames or 100 milliseconds, right? Also you can see the timing over there, so you can compare initial timing and timing of press and calculate by yourself duration between each action if you want, right? Now, another test, it's just constant pressing on the switch to see the waveform report, right? So this is a Hornet, this is a King, and this is a GATERON. And you may see that GATERON and King are the same, right? This is sharp down and sharp up, but Hornet a little bit more wide waveform report, which means that maybe it's not so fast. Obviously, King and GATERON are much more faster from the like check-in reaction on the press and unpress, right? So now, guys, what does it mean? 6 frames, right? Basically, you need 6 frames to the C reaction after you press the key and you see something on your screen. 6 frames, it's 100 milliseconds. Just so you understand, 100 milliseconds is a clip of the eye, right? It's a sound in a game from moment of creation until you hear it, 100 milliseconds. Overall reaction of the keyboard around like 25 milliseconds from the press to registering, right? So like average person reaction on any action is around 150 milliseconds. So what I am coming from that you cannot act quickly than this, right? If it will be, for example, 3 frame, which is like 50 milliseconds, or 150 milliseconds, doesn't matter. If you are not like a 00001 top cyber sports person who can see the difference between 100 milliseconds and 150 milliseconds, which is like most of you are not, it's no difference, right? From the switches comparison, like quality of the switches in general, right? I like this King switch a lot, and basically from like practical points, it's a very advanced stem made from 2 pieces, and bottom part of the stem can be done from very different materials. 21 millimeters of spring, which is 14 for these 2 switches, right? Transparent top housing, RGB diffuser, right? And in general, pretty nice sound from the switch. And I will show you 3 different sound tests right now in a second with this keyboard, right? GATERON, the most standard switch, we know the switch for a while. We don't have RGB diffuser. The stem is pretty small, and also it's a lot of gaps between stem and upper housing. For the Hornet one, it's also pretty nice switch, also with a RGB diffuser, but also it's a gaps between stem and upper housing. So from the quality point of view, this one, the King one, and the sound point of view, I like the most. So if you want to upgrade any of your keyboard, which is support GATERON Jade magnetic switch, you can easily use this King TTC switch as well instead of, because they are absolutely compatible and interchangeable, right? So now the bonus part. I know it's less important for the gaming keyboard with magnetic switches, but still you will hear the sound. You will hear the sound with default one, Hornet, then with GATERON, and then with a King. And let me tell you upfront, the King will sound the most close to proper mechanical keyboard. If you are looking for initial review of this keyboard on my channel, just check this video. If you're looking for the other mechanical keyboard with magnetic switches, just, search on my channel. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.